Okay, what the heck is going on? Well, let's see. Okie We've got a good battle going on, as always, in the freaking election. Okay, so yeah, I'm just doing my little coverage and my predictions here. Gonna try to see if I can get some guys on the line, and we'll kind of talk about it. But I did this last year, and it was kind of fun. Oh dang! Apparently, I named it something stupid. I've got to change that. Okay, gotta change the name. Clash of Clans funny clan chat. I named the last stream Clash of Clans funny clan chat. What's so funny about a clan chat? I don't know. Anyways, okay, we'll do. Um, the alcohol coverage and analysis live today. We are continuing the classic tradition that I started last election in 2020 with the boys and debating the election of our time. Okay, let's see. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on there. Somebody's commenting Biden. I love Biden. Okay, bro. Way to frickin' go. not not my thing. I'm more conservative, but to each his own. That's property law, you know. Anyways, let's get back to it. So we have a pretty tight race going on here. The fact of the matter is, according to the predictions, Harris is still able to win if she wins these three: Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. If she wins all three, she will win. But if Donald Trump is able to pull through in Georgia, which it looks like he actually has a fair shot of doing, up by 120,000, and wins Arizona. Oh, actually, oh my goodness, Arizona's a total toss up. I have no idea what's going to happen there. Total toss up. But if he wins Georgia, and let's say wins any of those, he is perhaps going to be able to steal it from her. So I'll put it like this: these Rust Belt states, the Rust Belt Three, are called the Blue Wall, as what they're informally referred to during election time. But during other times, they're known as the Rust Belt or the Steel Belt back when the country was really big on industry and whatnot. But they traditionally have voted for Democrat candidates. That's why they're known as the Blue Wall. But if any of these three goes to Trump, then things get interesting. Like I already said, I'm repeating myself. But essentially, these belong to Democrats traditionally, these three. And so, if, let's say, Donald Trump wins Georgia, Georgia went blue last time, but Georgia, a true classic deep south state, and Arizona, it's more of a southwestern state, could go either way, but traditionally has voted a little bit red. Even if Donald Trump holds these and holds his serve, but Kamala Harris holds her serve in the blue wall, then the Democrats win. It's only if an upset happens, if Donald Trump pulls off one of the three in the blue wall, that we can really see a victory. Now, it might seem like, okay, the Democrats are sure to win then. All they have to do is hold serve. That might be the case, but the problem that we're kind of seeing is the percentages for those blue wall states are actually pretty highly in favor of Donald Trump at the moment. As we can see right here, 83% reporting, and Donald Trump is up by about 4 percentage points. That's a big lead, and I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be surmountable. Let me zoom out just a tiny bit. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. So Pennsylvania is huge, and one of the big things that um, the political pundits were kind of talking about is how it gets really weird when you see State College's county going red and other counties around the state going red as well. Now, Philadelphia still has some outstanding votes, only 17% left outstanding, but there is still some outstanding. But they have a, what is that? That's about 200,000 vote lead. That is a big lead. So they're going to be trying to surmount that. Oh shoot, go back. Go back to show all the states. I do think Georgia should be called soon, but interestingly, Michigan has actually gone. It was only 45% reporting, very far from done, very far from done. But Michigan is actually up for Donald Trump at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to see that change. You know, Detroit area, that's going to be a large amount coming in for Democrats. We'll see if we can get my friend on the line, and he is going to give us some sort of um, political opinion about this. Now, I think Hawaii just got called. Yep, Hawaii just was called. Hawaii was just called for her there. Okay, let's see. Now, I gotta get my stream up and running again. Isn't working properly. Okay, come on, how do I do this? I don't think any of that is working. It's really cringe. I don't want to do that one. Okay, let's go there. That should be appropriate. But I've got to get that down. Come on, where'd it go? Okay, there we go. There we freaking go. Now we're seeing some stuff. Yep. Okay, sweet. So, what are we looking at here? Okay, so I'm going to call up a friend, and we are going to see if we can get his understanding. Now, we're looking at Georgia here. Georgia should be the next to be called. Hawaii was just called for the Democrats. It's interesting. It says 0% reporting, but they've already called it. Huh. You know, I just trust them on that one, but that's interesting. But yeah, so we're going to take a look at Georgia. Georgia, we have 93% reporting. That's almost ready to be called. Still 100,000, maybe about 120,000 vote lead for the Republicans there. That's pretty big. And something actually to take a look at. Something to take a look at is the popular vote. Actually, Donald Trump is leading the popular vote for Americans by about 4 million. That is really interesting.
Yeah, we see that the lead narrow a little bit as more vote comes in. I think from the suburbs. I'll check on that in a second. We still have about 250,000 votes, about a
Hmm.
quarter of the overall vote in the city of Philadelphia. This is
Okay.
overwhelmingly Harris territory, but it is less overwhelmingly so than it was for Joe Biden, and it's still below where we think she would need to be running according to the 538 benchmark. So she just isn't running up the kind of numbers. Even if she were to absolutely romp in the outstanding vote in Philadelphia, it's still going to be hard to make up that gap. Same thing in these other bluer-leaning suburbs, Chester, Montgomery, and one we're paying attention to today, Bucks is now flipped. It's now narrowly in Trump's direction, very narrowly, but this is exactly what he needed to be doing. His 538 benchmark at 47%, he's 2 points above that.
All right, the chat is absolutely flipping out. They love
That's
Biden.
really the story of the night, at least so far.
Okay, we got a lot of Biden support in the chat. A lot of Biden love.
Ran up the margins in
Let's
so
go
many of
frickin'
these red
Biden.
counties. Maybe not huge urban areas or huge populated counties, but in all of these red counties,
Okay,
swing
frickin'
states
go
are
Biden.
truly discounted.
Yeah, let's go Let's go Biden!
The swing counties, Rick, every one of those sort of benchmarks that you were showing
Gosh.
in Pennsylvania, Donald Trump was meeting them.
Really hope Biden pulls off the victory.
Ever so slightly, that does happen. Yeah, you can just kind of do a tour of
Yeah, I'm just doing the math here. If you have 84% reporting, 84% reporting right here, 84%. And Donald Trump has a, what is that? That's only about a 3% lead. It's it was 200,000 and now it's only 150,000 lead. The race in Pennsylvania is tightening. Let's see how that really turns out. That's going to be really interesting. Be sure to leave a like on the stream, guys, if you have not already. Trying to get to 350,000 subs. But yeah, this is just really interesting. I really was not expecting the race to. No, what am I talking about? Of course, I expected the race to tighten up. Yes, obviously, the race is tightening up here. But Democrats are getting some much needed support here. They really needed this to start tightening up. And we're really focusing in on the Philadelphia region. Philadelphia region actually was the first capital of the United States. A lot of people know that. And it was traditionally the biggest city in the United States before, Big Bad NYC passed it up. But Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, the is proving to be perhaps the Democrats' last remaining stronghold, and that is what Democrats are banking their hope on in order to make this election competitive. Let's get Michael Farber on the phone, Superior Election Analyst. See if he's still available or if he's gone to bed.
How I felt about Wisconsin. I feel really good about it. And if you look at Wisconsin, what you'll see there is that the president up over 95,000 votes. And if you, there's going to be a ballot dump in Milwaukee, which is when they get the flash drive from all the absentee ballot early vote numbers. So I thought that the
Can you get Michael Farber on the ringer?
By 40 or 50,000 votes once that happens. But if you look at Green Bay, what you're going to see there is that's going to be a big win for President Trump there, only about 35% in. That's going to keep coming the direction of President Trump. So, like Rick said, I mean, Kamala Harris is bleeding in every direction. The other point I want to make is that something I've been trying to argue for the past couple of weeks is that Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania in 2016 went all three for Trump. 2020, all three for Joe Biden. And one of the reasons I think that is that when you think about
almost freaking doxed. I almost doxed him. Not gonna be doing that. But okay, so I wasn't able to get him on the ringer. Let's see. Simon will be available to hop on.
But it certainly is how it's trending, and it's just not very surprising.
Let's see if he's available.
I think it comes all the way back to this central issue we're talking about all day long.
Simon Yellow, you're on stream. Oh no, I was just saying, do you want to talk politics on my live stream? Yeah, you don't have to be. You can hang up. I was just saying, would you like to talk politics on my live stream? Okay, I don't know if you remember, but last election... Oh, what happened? What happened? Let's listen to Simon's premier YouTube political analysis. Oh, yeah. You commented, "Let's go Biden."
It's not winning.
What's that?
You just need Trump to win Georgia, right? Yeah, how's it going in Georgia? I don't know. This live stream is lagging.
Is it lagging really?
It's lagging.
How bad is it lagging? Is it incomprehensible?
Right now it's blurry.
Okay. Yeah, my Wi-Fi is pretty dog water. I will not lie. No, Simon, you were saying something about Georgia. That's what your political analysis is.
Yeah, I'm not very smart in this stuff, but
So,
that's what I've heard. He's got to win Georgia. Well, if he can win Georgia and either PA, Wisconsin, or Michigan, he's good.
that's what I heard too. Who is this?
Middle night, check the check. Those are my roommates.
Oh, okay. Well, they have some pretty good takes. I think exactly that. He has to win one of those three: Michigan, Wisconsin, or Pennsylvania, in order to actually successfully pull it off.
Yeah. Do you think Trump's gonna win Michigan?
I don't know. I need to get Alex York, senior political analyst in this Michigan, onto the line in order to really figure that out. But I'll do that after we talk. You're from. Let's give the viewers. There are 0 viewers, 0 concurrent viewers. A little bit of background on Simon. Simon is a premier political analyst in the state of Virginia. And what's your take on the fact that Virginia was not called until just a few minutes ago? It was a much closer race than most people thought.
How did she get? Break New Mexico. Okay, we lost New Mexico. Virginia?
Virginia was actually a lot closer than most people thought. It wasn't supposed to be.
Something interesting. I looked at the majority of the states.
Yeah.
If you look at the county level, most of the states are all red.
That's correct. Most of the counties in the United States are Republican. Yes.
But then I don't know how the state like I guess all the people are living in these big cities.
It is exactly that, Simon. I know this is kind of crazy. So New York City is so big that it envelopes 5 counties, right? But more people live in those 5 counties than the entire state of Oklahoma by by I think 3 times. I'm not even kidding. I think it's 3 times as many people live in those 3 counties than the entire state of Oklahoma. So it's almost hard to fathom, but absolutely that's the case. They don't call them counties; they call them boroughs. But yeah. Huh. That is really interesting. Frickin' New York only was 55% Democrat. That's a lot closer than I thought. Like, sure, that's Democrat, but it's only 55% Democrat. New York, like one of the most progressive ever. That's really crazy. 55%. Shoot. Let me see. Where's that is close. That's what I was gonna say. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, that's still a win. But let me put it like this: Texas, which has had some problems because a lot of people have been moving there from out of state and making it a little bit more of a blue state. Texas was 56, almost 57% Republican. So Texas is still more red than New York is blue. That's insane to me.
Texas and Florida. I thought Florida was gonna be blue.
Right, I've heard of that too. Like freaking Florida, they've been conservatizing really hard.
It's a swing state, right?
Yeah, it was a swing state. I don't think it is anymore. I think Florida has turned heavily conservative.
It has. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah. It's turned. It's really turned. But here's something that's crazy. Donald Trump is winning the popular vote in the United States by over 4 million.
So would that play a role in
Oh,
anything if he loses on the electoral college?
no, I should clarify. The popular vote doesn't mean anything. All that it does is it signals how the general populace of the average American feels. It doesn't actually decide the election. It simply is, well, like I said, a signal of how we're feeling.
Why is that? Why isn't it just simply uh, people from all over the country? Why doesn't the popular vote decide? Originally, it was made to make it more even. Now, with such a large population, it's become more. I think we should change back to popular vote. Yeah. Okay. What do you think, Alex?
Okay, so Simon, that question is actually it's a good question because, most Americans when they're growing up and being raised, they do think that. And it's something that we all have to think about. It actually is extremely, extremely fundamental to the how the United States came to be. So when we were the 13 colonies, we were like, I didn't think of myself as an American. I thought of myself, I'm a Virginian. I'm a proud Virginian. I always will be a proud Virginian, and this is my home. We thought of it like our country, right? Because we were. But we eventually, after being independent for a little while, we realized as a group, this isn't going to work on our own. We should probably try to consolidate. Yeah, but I'm not going to agree to consolidate and lose all my rights. I'm going to consolidate into the United States, but I'm gonna have some checks and balances and be able to have some say. Rhode Island was also a very small colony, and they were like, "What? No, I don't want to. I don't want to lose my sovereignty and my own independence and join some big conglomerate. Now I won't have any say. My little population will basically get zero say. So how? What are you going to do to convince me to join? The Electoral College is a compromise. What it is it's a compromise between the big states like Virginia or Texas or Florida and the little states. It basically says that you agree to all join, and instead of the popular vote where you wouldn't have much influence, we all get a set amount based off of population, but not 100% accountable. It's based off of like things like, oh gosh, what is it based off of? I mean, it is based off of population, but it isn't a 1-to-1 ratio. Like you don't get a set amount of electoral votes for California, like 30 million or whatever their population is. You get like 54. It's as but the smallest amount you can't get 0 votes. The smallest amount that you can get, I believe, is 3 because you get one for each senator you have, and then one for the representatives that you have in this House of Representatives in Congress. So the tiniest state, Wyoming, is still going to get 3 votes, whereas the biggest state, California, they probably would have gotten something like a hundo or 120 votes or something, or I'm not exactly sure on the math, but they would get only 54, so they're limited. It limits the power of the big cities and the big states from getting so much that they can overrule the tiny states. And that was the compromise. Without it, the tiny states wouldn't have agreed to join the U.S. So the answer is, if we went back to the popular vote, we'd basically be breaching the contract that we made to convince the small states to join. They didn't join for no reason. They joined because they were promised the Electoral College. So it wouldn't really be right to overturn that. Now, on the other hand, people that live in bigger cities and bigger states, they have a valid critique. Hey, we don't have as much of a say per ratio because we have to live in a big state. So the little states have a little bit more power than they should. Obviously, we have more power than them, but they have a little bit more power by comparison based on how many people live there, and that's not fair, and so we should do away with it. That's the other valid critique. And while they have an argument, I think it's important to remember without the Electoral College, we would have never formed the U.S. because they were promised to have it as a check and balance on the big states getting too powerful, and we shouldn't go back on that promise. That was a compromise that we made to make the U.S. and we should keep to it. That's why I think we shouldn't do popular vote.
Okay. Because we want to be united.
Fair. That's very fair.
It's,
Yeah. Now I'm seeing Pennsylvania. It's getting a little bit tighter. Pennsylvania's getting really close. Yeah, Pennsylvania's really close. Only 100,000. Let's see. Where's Wisconsin? Wisconsin is a 100,000 vote lead for Trump. So that's pretty good.
Bernie Sanders won.
Bernie Sanders is still winning. Where's he from? Vermont or New Hampshire? Vermont. Frickin' goat. Bernie was the goat.
Yeah, he won state of that's serious action. People in Vermont just not have jobs. I'm gonna probably go to bed.
You're not gonna stay up and see who wins.
No, I understand. What'd you say, Alex?
Are you not gonna stay up and see who wins? That's all good.
You're not coming.
Oh dang, I was just saying that's all good.
South Dakota won.
Yeah, South Dakota went big red. 2-to-1 ratio.
We live in Custer County. We definitely live in Custer.
Yeah, Custer went red. Only one county in South Dakota currently is blue. That's interesting. Not even Sioux Falls' county is blue.
Where did we used to live in Florida? Which county?
Bay County.
Bay County, right?
Yeah, Bay County. Florida, like I said, is pretty red nowadays. Bay County, let's see what Bay County went. Bay County went red. Yeah. Bay County, Florida, I think is around here. And yeah,
Garfield County?
Yeah, Garfield County. Obviously. Yeah, that went red. Oh wow, that's impressive. Every single county in Oklahoma was red. Impressive.
That's incredible.
Not a single county in the state of Oklahoma went blue. Not even Oklahoma City's county or Tulsa's county. That is wow. They might be the only state in the country to do that, except for West Virginia. Ooh, West Virginia might have one. Wait, no, that's not blue. That's gray. West Virginia also hasn't finished up yet, but they haven't had a blue county yet. That's what I'm saying. Like, why have they not called Georgia yet? Oh, I gotta do my Clash of Clans attack. Sheesh.
You do what?
I gotta do my Clash of Clans attack. Please let it not have expired yet. Okay, thank goodness it hasn't. We got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Simon, 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 attack, attack. We got 7 minutes. Go, 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 go.
You want to bed?
Simon, you got to freaking attack. We got 7 minutes. Okay, just a quick heads up. I am taking a quick breather to make my Clash of Clans war attack, but we're going to keep an eye on the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I'm doing my attack.
Okay, you hanging up for that?
Can I call you back after?
Okay. Simon, our analyst from the state of Virginia, has hung up to do his Clash of Clans war attack, as am I. I'm doing my Clash of Clans war attack as well. Doing my Clash of Clans war attack. It looks like Trump still has a pretty good lead. Boom shakalaka. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Let's freeze that guy. Boom shaka frickin' laka. Frick off, mate. Alright, that's good. We're freaking goated. We made a Clash of Clans war attack. Doing pretty good. It ain't over yet, actually. But it essentially is. Okay, boys. Let's see. We got 86% reporting in the state of Pennsylvania. Got a 3-star. Let's check out Wisconsin. It's getting a little close and tight in Wisconsin. Okay, making my donuts. You know you gotta freaking make your donuts. Okay, doing that, so it'll be sweet. Okay, sick. Who's taking the lead in my Clash of Clans? Not in this. Let's see. See how Michigan is gone. Michigan is only reporting 53%. This race is a toss-up. I have no idea what's going to happen there. Okay. Let's see. We still got a lot of... Yeah. So, apparently the votes from the northern part of the state and the UP actually do have some... Maybe it's the suburbs. What is making Michigan blue? Sorry, red. It doesn't make any sense. Really doesn't. I thought the votes from the major urban areas would far outweigh the others. Anyways, we're gonna make that. So Trump is sitting at 230 still. That's tough. That's very tough. I think that's a pretty safe pickup for Kamala. Minnesota. Definitely a safe pickup for her. Just making that extra fans war attack and then we're good to go. Yeah, you've got to wonder how Kamala Harris's campaign feels about this. You've got to hold strong in these 3 states, but you got to make comebacks in all of them. And you're down in all of them. The Pennsylvania is the key one to look at. Pennsylvania is obviously the key one to look at, and if she can pull through there, I like her chances, honestly. I do have a lot of confidence in her ability to pick up states like Nevada, though. They are purportedly a battleground state, but I really don't think so. It seems fairly... Now we've got... Let's see. None reporting. Yeah, I apologize. I'm kind of side multitasking. I'm looking at my Clash of Clans and the election results at the same time. So that's on me. But we still have a lot of people chanting, "Let's go Biden." So we have a lot of Biden lovers in the chat. So apparently, Kamala Harris's camp is starting to get a little bit of nerves. I can't blame her. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I'm interested in the results in Arizona. Still only 51% reporting? Yeah, that is interesting.
Right there in Maricopa County, which is Phoenix, Scottsdale. We know those retirement communities. It's a battleground county. It's a county that Donald Trump carried the first time, Joe Biden the second time. Right now,
Oh boy.
of the vote. She's really around 35, but it's so early in terms of the vote. We think this was actually early vote for more than a week ago. We'll have to see how this goes. This becomes key to her chances. If she isn't able to win a Wisconsin or a Michigan, she will need to carry those states out west, Arizona and Nevada. Okay.
Right.
We have 15 seconds here. We're going to go to Elizabeth Schulze, who's on the ground in Arizona. Before we bring her in, we're just going to pause here just a moment, just so that the rest of the network can join us here. Let's pause here. That's the quietest this room has been all night. Let's get to Elizabeth Schulze in Arizona. She's on the ground there. And Elizabeth, as you know, we always expected it would take some time in Arizona to get the results. What are we looking at so far? What are they saying as far as how long we have to wait?
Fair. Yeah.
David, the Secretary of State told me earlier today that it could take up to 13 days for the votes to be fully counted in Arizona. And what we're seeing here in Maricopa County, they are counting those votes. They're going to be doing that 24/7. But there are still a lot of votes outstanding. And both the campaigns that we're talking to here are pointing to that for a reason for optimism. They say they've had good ground game across Arizona.
Wow, Arizona is razor tight.
Which way this will go. But I will say, I was just talking to one official with the Arizona GOP. He says he likes what he is seeing in other states, and that bodes well for Trump here, especially when it comes to Latino voters. We are seeing Trump outperform in some of those more rural counties of Arizona that could tip him when in a state that is so close. Remember, David, this race was decided by just 10,000 votes in 2020.
Wow.
This is expected to be tight again, and because of that, this counting will go on. It will take time. Officials here, we're talking to them, they say, be prepared to be here for the long haul, David.
Elizabeth Schulze right there.
Man, I hate that.
Elizabeth, thank you.
I was hoping to get this done tonight.
Exit polls for Arizona specifically. What did they say?
And virtually every possible metric, David, Trump is outperforming himself from 2020. When you talk about women, when you talk about Latinos, those without a college degree, senior citizens, and independents. Let's look at independents in Arizona in particular. 40%, by the way, of those in Arizona identify as independent voters. Donald Trump getting
That's
the best
interesting.
of Kamala Harris by 4 points there.
Hmm.
And if you take a look at by age, senior citizens, a lot of number of retirees out there in Arizona, those who are 65 or older, which 31% of the electorate there, he's getting Kamala Harris by about, if my math is right, 8 points there. So he's getting more than half of the vote there. And if you look at his performance from 2020, he's increased by 3 points
Man.
with regard to that older,
Oh, well.
that 65 and older group.
Betsy, thanks. That's the report from Arizona. We have another state to call, and this is a big one, Georgia. And as we heard from the Secretary of State earlier, the forecast at this moment, 16 electoral
Georgia.
Former President Donald Trump.
Georgia has gone red.
State of Georgia, he lost it to President Biden 4 years ago by
Wow.
about 11,000 votes. He was determined to win that state back. He has done exactly that tonight. The margin is about 100,000 votes or so between him and Kamala Harris. This is a big win. Yeah, it's huge, and it changes the electoral math in a very significant way now. Because if you now put both of those southern states in the Trump column, this puts all of the pressure now on Kamala Harris to run the table in the upper Midwest. She will absolutely need to win Pennsylvania, in addition to most likely Michigan and Wisconsin. Right now, the 538 chance is just based on these states, and it doesn't take into account the margin in the other states. An 80% chance of a Trump victory. And if you're just looking at the pure math right now, if you flip Pennsylvania to Trump, that's 270 electoral votes right there. Put this back here, give him a Wisconsin and a Michigan, that gets you to 270, or Michigan plus a Nevada. There's a lot of paths that are now open up to Donald Trump because he was able to hold those two states. One of them he won twice, the other one he won once and then gave back. And we remember that margin, 11,779. It became famous because of that reporting. And it looks like tonight it's going to be a lot bigger margin than that in the state of Georgia.
Dang.
Right now it's 118,000.
Well, the AP hasn't called it. The AP has. Yeah, that's interesting.
The Atlanta area did not come through in the same kind of margins.
Yeah.
And the redder parts of the state, as we've just been discussing tonight,
Atlanta.
we just have seen Donald Trump
Maybe not as liberal as I
and
thought.
overperformed his numbers in county after county.
That's interesting. This little region down in the southeast. What am I talking about? Southwest of the state.
Just a remarkable
part of the story tonight.
That's
Just how many
interesting.
places
Very
he was able
peculiar.
to not just do what he had done before, but build on what he had done before to grow his vote share in county after county to add up to this win tonight in Georgia. What do you make of this, Don?
Well, it's clear to me that Donald Trump understood that he had to expand the electorate, he had to grow his votes, and he had to get them in early. What's happening in Georgia and in North Carolina, you have these big Democratic centers, but they would have to overperform in order to make up for what Donald Trump has been doing in the rural areas. That's a concern now that we're looking at the blue wall. Nobody wants to go to bed at night thinking we just got the blue wall. We saw it was cracked. It wasn't cracked because really Donald Trump didn't hit anything. Hillary kept the door open. And now we see that we have a situation where Philly's going to have to overperform, but there are red places that are still coming in Pennsylvania. And
That's true.
Wisconsin, Milwaukee will have to overperform. So, yeah, there may be a narrow path, but I don't know if I have my rosary beads on me.
Yeah, right.
This is so far, it continues to trend the wrong direction for Kamala Harris, the right direction for Donald Trump. Every one of these states is continuing to move in Donald Trump's column. This is shaping up to be a really big night, obviously, for Donald Trump. It's not
He's
just
got a 3%
I
lead.
think it's more than that. It's a realignment. This isn't a victory because of better mechanics or Trump had a better ground game. This is a matter of people making a decision, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian in this country, that you were tired of the open border. You were tired of hearing about how the economy is great when you didn't feel it. You were tired about the sanctuary cities. You're tired about all of these things.
This is brutal.
Some of it's economic, some of it's cultural, and people are making a conscious decision in this country to say, I've had enough of this stuff that I'm hearing from this other side of the aisle, and they're completely repudiating it and going the other direction. Look, we may have 55 senators tonight. It's possible. And we still have Nevada and Arizona to go.
Yeah.
That is an amazing evening so far.
It is a big evening. Governor Christie, what do you make of what Ryan just said? Well, part of what Ryan said about the economy and people not feeling the economy, it reminds me a lot of 1992. In 1992, George Bush 41 kept saying after the recession that he stewarded over, the economy's getting better, inflation's going down, interest rates are going down, stock market's getting better, and all that was true, but nobody felt it yet. And there is a lag. There is an 8 to 12 month lag of when these numbers start to get better to when real people start to feel it, that they have more money in their pocket. And in the end, that is something that kind of timing will be deadly for the incumbent. Just deadly. And it was deadly for him. Look, that was a three-way race in 1992 that Bill Clinton only got 43% of the vote and George Bush 41 still couldn't beat him. Tonight, what Donald Trump is showing is that people still vote with their pocketbooks. That's what they were doing tonight. There are other issues that Wright's mentioned as well. And don't forget about the Hispanics, David. The Hispanic vote tonight at 45% slightly beats what George W. Bush did in 2004, if it stays there. And it shows that they don't want an open border either.
And David, if I can say, the one thing that struck out is that question, are you better off? Well, only 24% in our exit polls said that their family's financial situation was better than it had been. And you had 45%, almost half, say that their families are worse off. If you combine that with the number
That's
of
tough.
that it was about the same, over 70%. So they were either worse off or the same as they were 4 years ago. So Kamala Harris is the sitting vice president. She's facing a situation where 70% of the country thinks the country is on the wrong track. And then when she is asked in the closing days of the campaign what she would have done differently from Joe Biden, she had been president. She was just vice president. What would she have done differently? And her answer is, there is not a thing that comes to mind. That may have been the single most devastating answer that she gave.
Yeah.
Those words and applause too, because so much of political campaigns, as you know, is the visual, it's the moment, it's the interaction. It was from the view on ABC asked that question, and she did pause, and it was just in that moment, that is not what the voters
87%.
is issue number one. And
still about a 3% lead. It looks brutal.
Democrats and Republicans. And Mary, you talked about that moment too, perhaps being one of the defining moments. She had some really great moments along the way, but that was probably one of the weakest points.
Yeah, and I think her campaign was well aware of that, and that she never really was able to give that solid answer of how she would differentiate herself from the Biden administration. I do have one update, which is that we had expected to hear from Kamala Harris tonight. We
Okay.
now know a source telling us that that's not going to happen. We do expect shortly Cedric Richmond, her senior advisor, to come before that watch party and tell everyone essentially to go home.
And in fact, that was the message just moments ago. Let's listen. We still have
Yeah, this is tough.
We still have states that have not been called yet. We will continue overnight to fight to make sure that every vote is counted.
The one I'm looking for is Pennsylvania. I still think
So you won't hear from
Philadelphia is
the
going to
Vice
be
President
something.
tonight, but you will hear from her tomorrow. She will be back here tomorrow to address not only the HU family, not only to address her supporters, but to address the nation. So thank you. We believe in you. May God bless you. May God keep you. And go HU and go Harris. Thank you all. Never easy moment for whatever campaign has to make that announcement into the evening and say, hold on here, and we're gonna hold on hope in the early morning hours. And what a market shift from how the campaign was feeling. And I know they thought this was going to be very close and still a challenge. Kamala Harris herself said repeatedly that we are the underdog here. But they did sense there was some wind, some momentum in these final weeks, did they not?
Kamala Harris herself said that the momentum was with her, and I think in part that was because of the huge crowds she was getting. And I've been at almost all of these rallies in the last few days. She was pulling crowds of 20,000, 30,000 routinely in these final days. They felt that they were reaching all of those key demographics, that big, broad coalition that her campaign talked about so often, that they felt was going to really propel them across the finish line. We are not seeing that broad coalition at all showing up here tonight. In fact, quite the opposite. And there's going to be, I think, a lot of soul searching and a lot of questions in this campaign as to, what went wrong. That said, they are still, holding out hope. That's a very, somber Cedric Richmond there delivering that message. But as we heard from the campaign manager in this memo to the Harris team earlier tonight, stressing they expected this to be close. They do still see a path, but certainly not the path they were hoping.
An extraordinarily narrow one mathematically at this point. But Governor Christie, you mentioned something a few minutes back about President Biden, whether or not, obviously there'll be a lot of questions if and when this race is called. If it doesn't go Kamala Harris's way, the obvious questions would be a lot of attention on President Biden, whether that decision should have been made sooner, so the Democratic Party could have looked at Kamala Harris and others and what have you. This has been a conversation we've heard before. It's just going to get more scrutiny now, given the way this night continues to proceed here.
Okay.
Campaigns with Kamala Harris at times.
That's incredible. Erie County. Let's see if I can get a county vote. It'll be a little better.
Standing stop.
Why is it 205? What am I looking at, bro?
She had to adopt all of the Biden operatives. And I can tell you, as a candidate,
What am I looking at?
that's not going to work. And you've got to be able to believe that the people who are working for you have your best interest at heart and only your best interest at heart.
What is this? Donald Trump pulls off one of the three in the blue wall that we can really see a victory. Now, what am I looking at? It might seem like, okay, the Democrats are sure to win then. All they have to do. What am I looking at, bro? The little states. It basically says that you agree to all join, and instead of the popular vote where you would have what is going on? We all get a set amount based off. Okay, this is bizarre. This is freakishly bizarre. Off of population, but not 100%. Why is it showing stuff I said? It's based off of things alike. That's weird. I do not have a replay buffer on, so what is the deal? Oh gosh, what is it based off of? I mean, it is based off of population, but it isn't a 1-to-1 ratio. Like, you don't. Okay, let's just do that. You don't get a set amount of electoral votes for California, like 30 million or whatever. Let's see. So we have a lot of. I think it really is going to come down to Michigan. I should get my Michigan correspondent on the line. Okay, hold on. Still about 3% of a lead.
This pathway for her might be narrow, but it also might be walking through the eye of a needle. She should say something to the people that adopted her as their nominee because they were just told by the president to do so. And she's leaving the country hanging now all night. And
that's interesting that Donald Trump has such a lead in Michigan.
We're very polarized, and while I'm not sitting here excited about the returns on results. There's still a path.
We'll come back to all of the graphics. Our live coverage continues here in a moment. A slip path, but a path continues. Election night continues here in a moment.
What is actually happening here? That's very curious. There we go. What I've got to do is I gotta figure out what the heck is actually happening in the county level. Election results county level. I have no idea if this is good or bad. Got pretty slow Wi-Fi. No, that's not what we're looking for. I'm gonna call for Simon. Yo. We did. It was very close, but we pulled through.
That's gonna be this election, bro. It's gonna be a comeback from left field. No, not a comeback. A close win.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Trump is up 6% in Michigan. That's really, really unexpected. Unexpected.
On your screen, did Georgia win? Did he win Georgia on your screen?
Not on my screen, but on the website that I'm watching on. Yeah, he won. They called Georgia. Atlanta, they thought was going to be insanely blue, and it was just kind of mildly blue, and it made the election go for Trump. I think if he wins Pennsylvania, he wins. If he wins Pennsylvania, they call it for Trump. And the thing is this: they've reported 90% of the votes in Pennsylvania, and he's winning by 3%.
They won't call Pennsylvania. You're censoring me, bro. Where's the freedom of speech? Even if it's not. It's not public.
What's he on about? They're talking about what?
They have a hologram show.
Oh. Well, I mean, trolling's a good thing. Nobody should be censored from trolling. I'm trying to look up a county map. Komalo. See if it's better. Michigan is up big for Trump. That's insane to me. I wonder why they haven't called it. What the frick, bro? Yeah, they haven't reported at all. Yeah, I think so. I would be kind of stoked. Hey, where'd you find that county map about election results? I can't find that. Okay, maybe this. Let's see. Exit all these out. Dang. 65% nation. Yeah, they do not. They do not do that. I gotta get my Wi-Fi going better because this sucks bad. It's so slow and laggy. Wait, you said what? No, it was suck. People have always wondered, how do people build underwater tunnels? Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Let's see. Okay. I need count. Funny. I think I already played mine for a while. Arizona's I have no idea what's going on. Why are you saying Nevada? Why are you saying Nevada, dude? Alaska's big time red. They're big conservatives. Dude, why are you saying Nevada? Michigan's supposed to be insane. I lived in Michigan 4 years, and they were big lives. That's insane. Detroit is blue, but they're not that heavily blue. That's crazy to me. That's insane to me. Donald Trump in Oakland County. What the heck? Well, sure. But Simon, I thought I could have sworn Detroit, the heart of Detroit, was going to be like 70% blue. It's 54% blue. He's doing well. It's good for him.